What did you think of your guys' performance tonight from start to finish?
Well, I don't think it was very good. Our execution's been really poor, in particular with the puck. We've just been really struggling. And team Alabama put pressure on us, and we struggled with the pressure. And then we had to defend. And I thought at times we were unorganized in our own zone because you turn it over and then you have to go right to the defensive mindset, the D-zone coverage or whatever. And there was times we looked unorganized, and full marks to them. That was as much them as it is anything. But start to finish, I don't think very good.
Was that frustrating with focus this week being on finishing that first half?
Yeah. Well, a lot of emotions come to mind. I don't want to. I think frustration is a little bit of a waste of time because it doesn't get us anywhere. But it's concerning. I can tell you that. There's been a lot of talk over the last couple of weeks about attitude, about finishing the first half properly, and we just haven't played very well.
Chris, what's the situation with Kaufman?
It looks to me, John, like he's out. Upper body injury. I'm not going to label it anything because I haven't been told, but it sounds to me like it was some type of head-neck type of deal, and you know what comes with that.
Yeah, it was that hit along the boards. Right.
Sorry, yes, it was on that play, correct.
Can you talk a little bit about how that affected the defense? I mean, you're short one of your guys.
Well, it affects you for sure, John. But if you look close, their number 2 got a game misconduct as well, so they went down to 5D. And there was chances both ways. I think our execution in our own zone and our D zone coverage, if you will, like our defending, was really poor. But we had good chances in the offensive zone. We had and so did they. But we had a bunch of chances. So I don't think it affected us that way. It affected us defending wise, and you've only got 6 healthy bodies. When you lose one, at least with 6, you can maybe shorten the bench if guys aren't getting the job done, aren't playing well. When now you're down to 5 with an injury, your hands are really tied there. So I think it affected us in that way. Maybe instead of shortening the bench, we don't have that opportunity to do that.
Will you talk a little bit about how you felt Eric played in the game?
I thought too many pucks went in the net for me. I'll say that. But some of the miscues. Their second goal. It almost seemed like the Bad News Bears type of deal. 3 guys running into each other. Obviously that's not the way we've tried to coach this team, and that's not what's expected. I know it was a senior and a junior for sure. That's not on Eric, but it's a puck I'd like to see him have, but it's a tough play for him. I thought he made some really good saves in the 4-on-3 and overtime for sure. I mean, there was lots of, they have 7 power play opportunities in the regular game plus overtime, and then another one in the 3-on-3 overtime. It was just undisciplined, unacceptable. And our discipline has been poor all first half, really. I mean, we've talked about it before. Sure. That's 100% on me, not holding people accountable for their actions. That's 100% on me.
2 things with that. One, the phrase that I hear you say is a goalie would like to have a goal back. It seems to me that there were several instances where you would look and say, Eric would probably like to have that one back.
Well, I mean, 3 went in the net, so forget about the shootout.
Right.
3 went in the net, so I don't know if that's several. The first puck he'd like to have back, and I would think the third puck, but it was almost a hard luck night for him. And those were weird pucks. The overall performance, I think he set the bar higher than what it was tonight. I'll say that.
And how does the way the team, you've talked about the struggles in your defensive zone, how much did that affect how you would analyze how he played?
Our struggles in the defensive zone, I don't think affected his play at all. My own personal opinion, if that's what the question was. his play is based on his play. It's not based on anybody else. It's not. I don't think we put at least through the game. I don't think there was undue pressure. Now there was chances against that were absolutely ridiculous on our part. Breakaway here, 2-on-1 there. I mean, just really poor play on our part. Those pucks didn't go in. The pucks that went in are pucks that I'd like to see him have. He almost made the really difficult saves, and then the pucks that went in, he'd like to have back. And again, I'll say this: that evaluation is based on the bar that he has set for himself. We're not making this up. We're not wanting him to be more than a freshman. He's a freshman, but he set the bar pretty high, and I'd say tonight it was below the bar he set for himself.
Oh, in the first period, how were you able to get the chances offensively?
I think, and that's where I was getting at. I don't think we had a poor effort consistently. I mean, there was times where I'd like to see our effort a little bit better, but I thought we had a plan and we executed the plan pretty good. We got to the offensive zone with some type of purpose and got the puck, chased it down, did what we're supposed to do. That's how we got chances. And I think it was not consistent enough. What did we start the second period shorthanded for the first 6 minutes? I mean, it's just not smart, not disciplined hockey, which is one of the things that I think you can control. So then you get away from that game that you were able to some of the chances you were able to create 5 against 5, and so in the first period so it was. I think at times there looked like there was a plan and purpose to the way we played, and unfortunately, too much of the time there didn't look like much of a plan.
In the shootouts, how much do you practice those and practice and what do you feel like you need to work on those?
We practice shootouts every Thursday. Unfortunately, we try to explain the importance of these points. I don't think there's enough guys that take the shootout overly serious on Thursdays, even though we try to impose that they do. I know our goaltenders do. And it's a crapshoot at that point, but these are points that we're not getting because we're losing shootouts, and that's compliments to them. You tip your hat to them. But these are points that will come back to haunt you, at least in my experience. So we practice it every week, and we take note of who does well and who doesn't, and then we've given people opportunities and what they've done with that opportunity. You put them back out there and so on. But I think the issue is bigger than the shootout tonight.
Questions for Stephen Baylis?
Just listening to what Coach Bergeron says, do you agree with his assessment?
Yeah, for sure. He usually hits it right on the head. We've been talking about playing this weekend was pretty big for us because he's been talking about our attitude, and he doesn't think that our attitude's where it needs to be for the end of the semester. And when you play a team that we feel like we're better than, and you let them come back in the game and take some points away from you, we're in first, and we need those points. It's tough. It's tough to see, but I agree with what he's saying.
And as an upperclassman, do you kind of shoulder a little bit more of that responsibility to keep you guys in it?
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely on us, the older guys, the leadership group. We've been talking about it. It's nothing new. We know that it's on us, and we take ownership for that for sure.
I know, Stephen, that you can only speak for yourself, but in your eyes, what's been the cause of this mental struggle?
I wish I could tell you so we could fix it. I don't want to say fatigue because we're in shape. We work hard off the ice, on the ice. There's no reason why we shouldn't be able to push through a season or half a season. It's not even the full season yet. So I don't think fatigue is a thing. I honestly couldn't tell you, but there's definitely something that is keeping the group a little bit down. When you come to the rink, you can sense it a little bit, but it's not every day, but it's there, and that's an issue we find. We're addressing it, but it takes the whole group to fix that, not just one or two guys.
And what do you feel like you need to come back on Saturday?
I think we played all right offensively. Defensively, I don't think we were there. They capitalize on their opportunities when you give them to them. So I think maybe come out a little bit harder, but I think our effort was there at times. We could have put more in the net as well. I think we had like 2 or 3 chances that we could have put in the net. So that changes the game, obviously. But I don't think we were awful. But there's definitely some things that we need to work on for tomorrow.
Can't ask a forward a question about the defense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,